Hamilton, an American musical, a hip-hop retelling of the life and times of American founding father Alexander Hamilton. After only 2.5 years in the public's consciousness, this work of art has already had a major impact on the worlds of musical theater, hip-hop music, politics, and education. In 2008, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the writer, composer, and star of the show, had an idea to create a mixtape featuring hip-hop and R&B to tell Hamilton's life story. His idea has exploded into a smash hit Broadway show and so much more.
This is a dude who wrote his way into every situation, and that is what he shares with hip-hop.
Based on Ron Chernow's best-selling biography of the first U.S. Secretary of the Treasury and George Washington's right-hand man, the musical explores Hamilton's life as a poor orphan in the West Indies, his arrival as an immigrant in New York City around the time of the American Revolution, his rise to power, and his untimely death in a duel at the hands of his rival, Aaron Burr. Featuring a cast as diverse as America is today and a score that mixes hip-hop and R&B with traditional musical theater styles and structures, it has won over critics, musical theater and hip-hop fans, and newcomers to both genres alike. Consider these numbers. $30 million in advance sales for its Broadway debut, $3.3 million, a record for the most amount of money made in a single week by a Broadway show, 16 record-breaking Tony Award nominations, 11 Tony Award wins, 3 the peak the soundtrack hit on the Billboard 200, which is the highest debut of any Broadway cast album since Camelot in 1963, 3 times platinum in sales, no easy feat in this day and age of streaming and digital piracy, 1 Grammy Award, 1 Pulitzer Prize for Drama, 1 the highest spot on the Billboard Rap Albums chart, and 16 million, the number of times its songs were streamed online in its first week alone. More important than numbers, the inclusion of hip-hop in Hamilton, though not at all new to musical theater, features not just the mechanics and structures of rap, but incorporates its values and spirit within Miranda's lyrical flow. Case in point, Hamilton and Jefferson's debates set as rap battles.
Secretary Jefferson, you have the floor, sir.
Featuring references to everyone from the Notorious B.I.G. to Destiny's Child to Ashanti and Ja Rule, this is a continuation of the use and transformative powers of black musics, such as ragtime and jazz, in the musical theater canon. As academic Alyssa Solomon puts it, Miranda has grafted fresh branches onto a stable trunk, not hacked down the tree. By casting unknown Black, Hispanic, and Asian American actors in the roles of the founding fathers and mothers, Miranda and director Tommy Kail have purposely created a connection between their audiences and the white men we've been taught to be the key players in the creation of the New Republic.
If you make him look like us, if you make him look like he really looked, if you tell the story as honestly as possible, we're going to be sucked in. You don't need to give us a way in. The way in is if the company looks like our country looks now.
The casting and musical style choices form a sort of reverse appropriation process, flipping everything on its head so it can be seen from a different angle. This has engaged audiences in the early history of the United States of America in ways never seen before. Museum exhibits about Alexander Hamilton are all over the U.S. Ron Chernow is a millionaire historian. The Rockefeller Foundation has partnered with the show to create an integrated curriculum and will pay for 100,000 public school children in cities across the U.S. to see Hamilton. The show is not without its critics. There is a lack of representation of historical racialized people, of women, of the issue of slavery, and Miranda has changed facts to suit a more effective storyline for this medium. But as he rightly points out,
Hamilton is not the end point for these kids' education, it's the jumping off point.
Hamilton, the musical, asks its audience to consider who is included when histories are told, and who gets to be there in the room where it happens. Stories and who tells them are at the heart of this show. Hamilton provides an opportunity for bipartisan audiences to learn more about history and reflect on how nations are born and continue to grow.
It is rare where a piece of art can remind us about what's best in ourselves. And that's what these guys have done.
Yeah.
And that is a great gift.
The legacy of Hamilton, an American musical, will only truly show itself over the next 5, 10, 25, and 50 years as its broad and diverse audience goes on to create new works of art, to engage in politics, and to write themselves into their country's narrative.
Who tells your story?